I would, want to look at it with regards to the objective. The objective in the current context is to deal with a crisis. And the strategy that we have adopted has been what I would terminize as SPICE, SPICE. And this has elements which cover the broader functioning of the business. S for secure. The instant focus is to secure. Tying it back to the theme you have, what one would say is to cope. So secure the future. There are many elements of securing the future. Key amongst them being conserve cash, augment resources, and expand banking lines. The question would be on how. And that brings us to the P. P standing for policy. Immediately modifying the delegation of authority on cash outflows, commitments of purchases, and expenses. This was all about control, also linked to your theme.
Right.
Ensuring that the organization processes and procedures are realigned to what leadership is working to achieve. The ICE in SPICE, all three are linked to conquer. So it actually links quite well with cope, control, and conquer. Because conquer is about how do we actually achieve it.
Right.
I is for income. It can be at times counterintuitive. However, income and growth has to be the fulcrum of coming out of a crisis. Cannot be just cost.
Right.
And I think Sanjay gave a great example, which was very natural to that industry. In most industries, just the sentiment in a lockdown situation tends to be depressive in nature. How to bring focus on needs of society and customers and a call to action to meet these needs.
Right.
This has to be the first step. The next would be C. Actually, this is 3 C's. Conserve cash and costs. This is critical to survive and secure. Focus on daily cash burn. Kickstarting the cash cycle, which tends to go in a freeze as economic activity completely halts.
Right.
But to then drive financiers, the whole banking system, our customers, they're all frozen, our dealers, and converting receivables into cash. So that whole cycle, and it starts with giving confidence to the financing institutions, banks and NBFCs, which, by the way, in this particular case, moratoriums were given to end customers, but not to NBFCs, which still had to make their payments on 31st of March. So it was a very tricky situation for them. But how do you sort of give confidence to them? So building that whole confidence that, yes, we got to be continuing with the momentum. And similarly on costs, and there's a lot which has already been said on costs. So I'll speak very briefly on that. Putting on hold discretionary expenses and all programs, and linking operations to capacity utilization. And for all of this to be successful, the most critical is the E. Engage, engage, engage. Engagement with customers, financiers, employees, supply chains, regulators, and administrators. Key being that all have to be understanding of what one is trying to achieve and making them a part of the journey, seeking their support to overcome the crisis. So it's a holistic approach we've taken. And I think we're absolutely on the right path, and very, very hopeful that as cases peak, because we're still on the upswing, we should be able to navigate.